My man, Jackie Summers.
So first, I'm going to say two things, but then I'm going to ask a question that I think will be useful. The first is, Hoby Wedler has one of the best senses of humor of anyone I've ever met. So let me tell you, he is fucking hilarious when you get a chance to just hang out. Uh, the second thing I want to say is, if there are public speakers on this call, and I believe they are, as a public speaker, I learned one of the best lessons I ever learned from working with Dr. Wedler, because when I went through my public speaking training, I was taught gestures are important. You have to get people involved so that they see that you are emotional about this. And what you find working with Dr. Wedler is it's useless if your audience is blind. Hoby does something incredible, and I know this because I presented with him and closed my eyes when he talks. Hoby gestures with his voice. If you close your eyes, you can hear when he's shaking his fists. You can hear when he's waving his hands. He does something incredible that does not require sight. And this leads into my question. As a sighted person, uh, all of us, we develop these senses. Uh, I believe in a response to our need to preserve our safety. Things like being able to recognize patterns in the dark, or being able to tell the direction of sounds, or to taste if something might be poisonous. These are all things that, again, I'd love your opinion on, Obi, that we developed because of a need for safety. What I'd like to know from you is, what are all of the things that you actually catch that people miss because they're dependent on eyesight?
It's a great question, and it's all for me. It's all in aroma. It's all about um, if I'm walking through nature, or I'm interacting with anything. I know whether I want to interact with it and smell or taste it just by its smell. So like something that might be a poisonous plant might look a really bright color, or a really dank color that oh, I don't want to go there. It's probably going to smell or taste that same way, and you're going to really quickly veer away from it. So our other senses tell us all that information. And there are amazing audio cues too, especially when dealing with interpersonal relationships, that I think a lot of sighted people don't pick up on. When I'm in person with people and someone doesn't look at me, they don't think it's necessary. I know they're not looking at me, and I know they're disengaged. I can tell when people are looking down at their phone. I can hear their voice move. I can hear their concentration change. And these things are things that we don't often think about, because again, we use our eyesight for 85 to 90% of our to take in information from our surroundings. So those other little cues are things that I have to be really sensitive about. So I'll give you a tip. When I take sales calls, I always do them not on video, because I want to be at the same playing field as everybody else. And people find that disconcerting or disingenuous. This guy doesn't care. He's not on video. What's the deal? No, I want you to hear my voice, and I'm going to listen to your voice, and we're going to get through this together. And we're going to figure out where our values are and where our boundaries are, and it's just, it's all about listening and understanding when it comes to people. And when it comes to life, it's all about smelling things and tasting them. You might pull a container out of the fridge and take the lid off and say, oh, geez, that's green, that's moldy. I have to smell that. And my body immediately knows, yeah, no, don't go there. Um, it's a really interesting question that you ask, because I think that a lot of times we are blinded by our eyesight. We don't use it for what it could be used for, and we use it so much for other things that it takes away from our life experience and what we can pull out of life itself. And I just need just to thank you, Jackie, for being such an amazing mentor to me, for believing in me and bringing me on your team. And that has just opened up so many opportunities. It's just unreal. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.